All my life had been a series of doors in my face until suddenly I bumped into you. Hey everyone, and welcome to Bringing Smart Back. So, coming up on February 14th is Valentine's Day. Now, we all know that there are two types of people on Valentine's Day. You have type 1. I love Valentine's Day. It's my favorite holiday. There's so much love in the air, and there's candy, and there's chocolate, and there's roses, and there's just so much fun, and I can feel the love. And you have type 2. You know, I just don't like Valentine's Day. I mean, it's just a commercial holiday that these big companies made to make us feel bad about not buying their stuff for our loved ones. I'm not taking part in that. That's so ridiculous and so last year. So before you can decide on what type of Valentine's person you are, we need to know all of the facts about Valentine's Day before you can make your decision. So let's go over everything we know about Valentine's Day. Okay, so Valentine's Day is a holiday, and the holiday usually means celebration. So how does the celebration come into play? Well, the pagans had a festival called Lupercalia, and that is the first known Valentine's Day-ish festival. But in order to Christianize this pagan festival, Pope Gelasius declared that on February 14th, instead of being the pagan festival, it would be Saint Valentine's Day. Now, who is Saint Valentine? There were a ton of Saint Valentines in history, but thankfully they've narrowed it down so they think it's only one Saint Valentine. Saint Valentine was a priest, and he lived during the 3rd century AD under Emperor Claudius II's rule. Now, let me set up the situation for you. So, Emperor Claudius had a huge army, and his army were men, in their 20s, and they had wives and families, and they missed them, and they were homesick, and they would complain about how much they missed their families. Well, the emperor got sick of all this whining, so he decided to outlaw marriage. He made it illegal to marry so that his soldiers wouldn't get married and wouldn't miss their families. Now, priest Saint Valentine did not think this was the right thing to do. He thought that if someone loved someone, they should be able to get married. So, he went behind the emperor's back and married people secretly. But there was kind of a problem because the emperor found out about this and sent him to prison to be executed. And it said that while Saint Valentine was in prison, some of the couples that he had married would come to visit him, bringing him roses and cards and letters, thanking him for what he risked for their marriage. Now, also Saint Valentine had a problem because during his time in prison, he fell in love with the jail owner's daughter. And on February 14th, the day he was scheduled to be executed, he wrote her a love letter, and he signed it, Your Valentine. That's how we get the Your Valentine. Okay, so Valentine's Day was named for a priest who decided to marry people even though it was illegal. So where does baby Cupid fall into all of this? Well, in Greek mythology, there was a Greek god named Eros, and he was the god of love, and the son of Aphrodite. But when the Romans came around, they decided to use the same gods and just change their names a bit. So instead of being Eros, he went into Cupid. So now he was Cupid, the son of Venus. They just changed the name of Aphrodite to Venus. So the best thing that Cupid is known for is his bow and arrow. You see, he would go around and he would shoot people with the bow and arrow. But instead of the arrow killing them like most things, they would make you fall in love. And because Valentine's Day is a holiday of love, people decided why not honor the Roman god of love? Just throw him in there, because he has wings. Okay, even though Pope Gelasius made Valentine's Day an official holiday in the 5th century, it wasn't really celebrated that much. It wasn't until the 1300s that people started to associate Valentine's Day with love and romance. And then it took until the 15th century for people to start sending cards to their loved ones for the holiday. And the first ever mass-produced Valentine's cards weren't until 1840s. It took a long time for this holiday to get going. Valentine's fun facts. Okay, so in America, 62% of all Americans participate in the holiday of Valentine's Day. And in America alone, they buy over 200 million roses and over 36 million heart-shaped boxes full of candy. This holiday brings in $20 billion just in America. And it's estimated that over 6 million people will get engaged on Valentine's Day. Guys, that's a lot of love. Okay, so now that you know all the facts about Valentine's Day, what type of Valentine's person are you? 1 or 2? See, I think I'm somewhere in the middle. Valentine's is not my favorite holiday, but I really enjoy it. But no matter where you stand about Valentine's Day, there's one thing you need to do. You need to grab your favorite stuffed animal, you need to hold it real tight, you need to tell it how much you love it. I love you. If you want some awesome links, worksheets, and more, you can visit www.bringingsmartback.com. Also, down in the description, I will have a link to the lesson plan. Don't forget you can follow Bringing Smart Back on Instagram, like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter. Just keep up with us. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. I also want to give a huge thank you to my special guest, Cyrus the dog. Cyrus is a boy, and he was very brave and wore his pink wings and his crown for me today. And Cyrus, I just want to thank you for being a man and being okay with wearing pink. Alright, I hope you have a great week, and I will see you next time. Bye!
I'm Cyrus the dog, and I approve this message.